So after I went to Avaya and we received a large estimate of what it would take to do an upgrade, I went to Datalink and I asked them what else our possibilities would be. They brought Microsoft Lync to the table. They told me they could run a pilot and install it on our system, and that we could let people try it out and see how well it would work here at Western Growers. One of the benefits we saw right away with Lync was the fact that one of our departments was working on a telecommuter initiative. So we were already using virtual desktops to send these people home. And now we found with Lync, we could pretty much just send an IP phone home and they could plug it in, and they had an extension right off our existing call center. So they could call right in, they're just a 4-digit extension away. They could still make outbound calls out of that. And they could also communicate with their managers through instant message or through voice over IP or however they wanted to communicate at their choice. The voice quality was just as good as if you were sitting on one of our legacy PBX phones. I doubted it at first. I took a phone home with me and plugged it into my home router, and it just came right up. And there it was, my extension ringing at home, also ringing at my office, also ringing on my computer. So it really is a find you anywhere situation where people always need to get a hold of me. Well, Lync will find me. They can get a hold of me. The AudioCodes Gateway takes the ability to transition those legacy lines I have, PRI lines, I'm sure that everybody has in every building, and it connects it up to Microsoft Lync. So it routes those calls, whether continue on to my legacy PBX or send them on to Microsoft Lync. It makes those decisions for you. So I would say it's an extremely vital piece of equipment because it's going to control every line I have coming into the building. You would want to make sure that you use a quality vendor like AudioCodes, so that if you have a problem, you have people behind you. You have people like AudioCodes and Datalink who can go in there and take a look at it. I've experienced no problems with it. It's been great. It automatically does the routing. So when we transition those people to other offices and we move them to Microsoft Lync phones, we make a quick fix inside the gateway, and now our legacy phone transfers those calls over to the Lync phones, and nobody knows the difference. They just know I'm dialing a 4-digit extension I've had for the last 15 years, and it just works. So there was another project that came up. We were able to take advantage of all the abilities of Lync that came up shortly after we got a contract. We had only a few weeks to deploy this. We were able to secure a local building and put some high-speed internet in it. So rather than having to buy another legacy PBX and deploy it at that, we got an AudioCodes Gateway that would tie into our larger AudioCodes Gateway we have here in the Irvine office, and we just hung those employees off of our existing Lync infrastructure. It was already built to be ready, so once we tied the two together, we brought in another 50 endpoints, we moved those people, and the response was once again overwhelmingly positive. These people were, as much as we were using Lync in office, we hadn't transitioned fully to where they were still using legacy Avaya phones at their desk here in our Irvine office, but they were using the Lync as far on their PC and video conferencing and desktop sharing and instant messaging. But now they had the Lync phone, and they were just hanging off the AudioCodes Gateway, so if anything happened to Irvine, they're still up, they're running, they can make phone calls. But we also lose any cost that it would cost to call that office. They're still just a 4-digit extension. They still feel like they're part of the home office, but now they're getting all the benefits of that Microsoft Lync phone, which surprisingly I thought it would be, to some people, tricky or confusing. There's your code, but really you can just pick it up, you can make phone calls, the phone rings, you answer it, it works like every other phone. There's just all these added benefits now to where they can see their calendar, they can see their contact, they can transfer the phone call from their computer to their phone, to their mobile phone. Just a lot of benefits. I didn't realize how quickly they would be able to take advantage of it, but they really have enjoyed that. And it saved me the cost. I didn't have to put another PBX in there that I would outgrow in 5 years. We were just able to hang another gateway out there. We connected the two together, and we plugged them all in.